Hi, I'm Andy and you're watching Andy Does Cycling. Okay, so if you didn't see the first video, please go back and check it and then come back to this one and you'll see the reasons why I'm doing this channel and I've gone back to cycling. Anyway, what I said I was going to do was I was going to show you one of my bikes, and the reason why I have more than one is currently I'm kind of living in Dorset but then going back to South Staffordshire. So I'm kind of backwards and forwards. So I've got a bike at each location. Two completely different bikes as well, and my aim for the whole cycling thing was to do everything on a budget. So my bike that I've got here, I'm just going to go through it all and then I'll tell you how much I actually did pay for it off Facebook Market page. I have done a few little odds and sods, and I have been out on a maiden voyage which was about 5.5 miles, almost 9k. Just to obviously get used to being back on a bike and, you know, just familiarising myself with the bike. So yeah, I'll take you off the stand and I will show you the bike. Okay, so there it is. There is the bike. So as you can plainly see, it is a Dawes road bike and it is a Giro 200. Now, the good thing about this bike is there's lots of features on here which, as somebody who's virtually new back into cycling, I looked at the different parts and components that you can get on a bike, and I think I've got a really good deal here. So first of all, we'll start up here. We've got these shifters here. These ones are actually Shimano Dura Ace, which I know are the high-end ones. This is discontinued model from quite a way back. I'm guessing it's probably about 10 years old, the bike. So the model number for this is ST7700. So if you want to check that out and tell me any hints, tips and tricks, because at the moment I'm just relying on good old Google and YouTube. Okay, next up we've got the brakes. These ones are Ultegra, which I know is a step down from Dura Ace, and these ones are BR6500. Now I have had to do a little bit of maintenance on this one, this quick release system here, which obviously widens up the caliper so you can get the tyre out. That was completely seized to the back section, so as you lifted it up, the whole thing here rotated instead of staying in place like it does now. You see that hex place stays facing outwards. Well, the whole thing used to rotate round it. It was all seized up. So yeah, 2mm Allen key in there and took the whole thing out and got replacement. And in my pile of rubbish I've got here, there we have the old bits all rusty and knackered, so I've kept them in there just in case I do need one of those components again in the future. Okay, so next up we've got the wheels. I'm not sure exactly what the wheels are. I can't really see any markings on them. They're kind of like a grey blue aluminium colour, and the hubs themselves, I'm not sure if you can see that down there. That does say Shimano Ultegra, so that's good. Okay, the tyres, I'm not sure what they are. Oh, yes I am. They are Continental Touring something, I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, they're okay for the moment, plenty of tread, 28mm wide. So they'll do for the moment. Okay, so next up we've got the stem here. Now this is an adjustable stem, and this was rotated to about 30-40 degrees, so it was actually up in the air like this. So I've put that back down to 0, so we're relatively flat, and rotated the bars. The bar tape itself is giant bar tape, and it was all coming unravelled, so I've done as best as I can to rewrap it and tape it back down. Same on the other side. So yeah, that's pretty much the front. everything else seems okay. All the cables, there's just loads of scratches and marks and dings, but do you know what, for a first bike and the equipment and components that are on here, it's pretty good. Okay, so front derailleur, Shimano Ultegra. I'm not sure what the number of that is. It's probably on the inside, so I presume it's from the same series as the brakes, I guess, so 6500 possibly. Chainset there, Shimano Sora. So that's lesser spec again. So we've got Dura Ace, which is the high tier. Next down we've got Ultegra, and then Sora's below somewhere. This is the stuff I've educated myself on online. Same again at the back, Shimano Ultegra. This one works okay, so that's still the original one as far as I'm aware. And then the rear derailleur again, Shimano Ultegra. This one does have the separate hanger, so if I did unfortunately break it, I could probably get a replacement. If you do go to buy a bike, and this is just advice that I've read and seen online, is make sure that when you buy a bike, the frame has this separate hanger for the rear derailleur, as opposed to having one that's built to the frame, because if that snaps, you pretty much need a new frame, unless you know a very good welder, and then you could have it painted, etc, etc. So it's easier just to unbolt that, swap it over for a new one. Okay, so back to the back tyre, same as the front, Continental Touring Plus. There is a little bit of splitting on the tyres, but I'm not going to be going too far on these, literally just a couple of miles, so if anything drastic did happen, I could walk back. I'm not going to be going too far. And the saddle that's on here is, I'm not sure if you can make out the logo there, you've got the Specialized logo, and it says Comp 143. Means absolutely nothing to me. Slightly padded, did give me a bit of a sore bum on the first outing, but that might just be the case of I'm not used to being on a bike anymore. And that is on a carbon fibre seat post. No idea what make that is. And then the clamp there is Bianchi. We've got an anodised pinky red bottle cage there, and then up here we've got a space to put another bottle cage, which I'm going to be doing. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is the pedals. So these pedals here, these are from Halfords. Now, as I said, I'm doing everything on a budget. I'm just going to Halfords for everything at the moment, because I don't realistically need high-end super light components or anything like that. It's just a case of getting my backside on a saddle and out at the moment. So what was originally on this bike are these, and these are Shimano PD, I'm just going to read it, PD M520s. These are for mountain bikes or gravel bikes. Obviously you need the correct shoes with the correct cleat, and you clip into these. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing anything like that at the moment. We'll see how my journey pans out, but at the moment it's just going to be trainers and normal flat pedals. So those ones were from Halfords, as I've said. I've still got the packet here, so they come like that. They're £14, not too bad. And if you do work for the NHS, or you've got a blue light card, you can get 7% off at the till at Halfords, which is another good bonus. Okay, so back to the Halfords bits and pieces. When I did get this, it did have a puncture, so I got this Halfords. Not sure how much it was, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 quid, something like that. plenty of patches, 2 tubes of glue and tie levers as well. So I need to get a saddle bag to put all this in, realistically. Also I got Halfords own multi-tool, which has got hex and Torx. Has it got Torx? Am I telling a lie? Yes, I'm telling a lie. It's just hex, a flat and a cross-headed or Phillips screwdriver, which is more than enough for what I need for this bike. Next I have got a bottle cage, which I'm going to put up here like so. Obviously I'm not going for any form of colour coding, this is just something I grabbed off another older bike, which we won't go into, but that can go on there. And also, along with the puncture kit, I do have some spare inner tubes. I've got a couple of these, Halfords again. I think these are £4, so for what I need it for, perfect. So one of them with the puncture kit, and when you do get a puncture, you need a pump. So I think this was £5. Very, very basic pump, which is all I need. And it's even got some spare bolts, which I may replace these ones because they're looking a little bit rusty. So I'll get that all fitted on. And then I'm ready to go out and do some more outings. Now I have done my maiden voyage on this one, and I did use the Wahoo app to record it, so I'll post that up on screen now so you can have a look. So I think it was 8.7k, which is about 5.4 miles, something like that, translated. And that took me 33 minutes, which I'm guessing isn't the fastest in the world. And I didn't essentially stop, but oh, sorry, tell a lie, I did stop for a second just to take a selfie on Twin Sails Bridge down in Poole. So yeah, that is the bike, and this is the thing that's going to get me back into it, hopefully. And also I do need to get some replacement nameplate caps here because these are missing. Now I have had a look on eBay and they're not very cheap and they're very hard to find. I presume they're discontinued. So yeah, I'm going to keep my eyes out for some of them. It's just an aesthetic thing really, and just protecting the head of that screw. So I'm going to try and get some replacements. I mean, if you look there, the paint is slightly scuffed. I'm guessing that's just where it's rubbed up against garage walls or whatever, but they all function, clip through all the gears perfectly. So there we have it. That is the Dawes Giro 200. My first stepping stone into getting back into cycling. Okay, so we've got the other bottle cage and also the pump and its clips there fitted. I might just put some double-sided Velcro straps or something around there just to make sure that doesn't get knocked or falls off and gets lost forever, but there we go. And the last job I want to do on here is going to be just replacing the valve cap. Where's the valve? Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Okay, so also again from Halfords. I'm not officially sponsored by Halfords. I'm just using their stuff because it's cheap, cheerful and readily available. So we've got 2 caps in the packet. I'm just going to put one on here like so, keep the rubbish off the valve. Quite a snug fit. And in fact I think I might change the other one because that one does just keep spinning. I don't think it's split. These do have a tendency to split, I do remember that much. So we'll just try the other one. There we go, that fits much better. Okay, so you can go in the plastic recycling. Right, I think we're ready to get this back out on the road at some point. Okay folks, so that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. What I will do is, when I do go out, I'll do another video, show you where I'm going. Obviously at the end put the stats of the Wahoo ride. I have done another ride. First one was on this bike, second one was on the one that's up in South Staffs. So what I'll do is, when I do introduce you to that bike, I'll put the information up for that first ride out on that bike too. And when I do get up there, obviously I'll go through that bike and take you through it, tell you how much it's cost and anything I've needed to do to it. Right, okay, so it's nearly time for me to head off to work. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share this video with everybody that you know that might be into cycling. Oh, and also hit the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. And if you haven't seen the introduction, please go back and watch it and see why I'm doing this. Anyway, until then, see you soon.